Hi guys, welcome to Makin Sawdust. I'm Kevin and thank you for joining me. In case you haven't been following along, we are moving across country in less than 3 weeks. So I'm finishing up a batch of jack-o'-lanterns that was leftover stock from last year. They were stashed on this upper shelf in a semi-completed state. This will help raise a little bit more money for the trip, along with cleaning out some of my hoard. I made these from 3/8 plywood with a little glue and some staples. They're about 6 inches square. I made 3 different face styles and sold them sanded and unfinished, which seemed to be popular with customers. With the addition of a barnwood bottom and a matching top, I had very little material cost per unit and they sold really fast. When I first started selling these, I had been using a scroll saw to cut the faces, but soon I remembered a technique that I had learned years before. I made a template out of some plywood and used my trim router to cut the faces. I used a 1/4 inch straight bit and a guide bushing to follow the template. An important tip to using the template: make sure your bit is well away from the template to avoid cutting into it. I'm also using a small circular motion when I am plunging into the work because most router bits will not cut at the center of the bit, so this small circular motion helps a lot. There is some limitation on how defined your pattern can get based on the diameter of the bushing and the bit, but for production run of these jack-o'-lanterns, this way is really speedy. The last week has also been filled with my own game of keep, sell, or toss. I needed to start getting ready for a moving sale, and I also needed to have a staging area for the things I'm keeping. I've already reduced a large amount of my lumber inventory, and that opened up an area in my shed for garage sale items. Toolboxes are surely an item you all would agree that go in the keep pile, especially when they're craftsman boxes. This first one needed some repair to the lid because it was bent out of shape a little bit. And if you remember, I bought this for $5 at a garage sale earlier this summer. Using part of an old hoodie, some scrap plywood, and some Super 77, I made a liner for the bottom of the box. This is going to be helpful to keep the box a little quieter and kind of prevent things from banging around all the time. And because we're moving to Michigan, I am taking a bit of Wyoming with me. This second toolbox took a little bit of work and some mineral spirits really just to clean it up. It was probably the best condition of all 3 of these old Craftsman boxes. But I will give it the same treatment with a plywood liner in the bottom. Again, just going to help quiet this down. You guys might ask why I'm taking so much time to dress up my toolboxes and I should just be packing my tools into boxes. Well, guys, there is a reason why I'm packing efficiently and very Tetris-like in these toolboxes. I'm being very selective how I pack these toolboxes, because I would like to have access to particular things while we're traveling across the country. Like this first box has my soldering stuff, electrical connectors, shrink wrap, bunch of Dremel items, maker parts. I'll also throw in my multimeter. This second toolbox, I actually made a rack for the top of it. It has all of my drill bits, all of my screwdriver bits, there's my hole saw kit in there and some other accessories. This third box is empty, and I'm going to start to fill this guy up probably with my trim router accessories and my router jigs. I still have this older 3-drawer, it's not a Craftsman box, it's just an old junker, and I have my Kennedy. A lot of garage sale items, I'm going to sort through those gauges and things like that. I've already outfitted this top drawer with my metric and my SEA wrenches. SAE wrenches, I'm sorry. And I am not going to be taking my Husky box. I actually don't have room for this thing. And I'll probably put all of my sockets in my Kennedy. And I'm probably going to get rid of my little microfiche cabinet that is on the right hand side as well, and load up these other two drawers in this Kennedy. I've done a lot of other downsizing already. I've sold my large drill press. I've sold my miter saw. I've gotten rid of one table saw already. Another table saw is going to get sold. I'll take my 2 Craftsman table saws, and we'll have to get creative because we are moving and we're not going to be using a trailer. We are going to pack everything that we are taking into our new to us motorhome, guys. This is a 1989 Chevy Allegro, 28 foot. And if you want to go see the full tour, that is over on the Hope This Works YouTube channel. This is built on a Chevrolet P30 chassis, truck chassis, and it has a 454 cubic inch engine. Again, I remind you to go see the video over on Hope This Works to see what happens after this cop drives past the front of this rig. I want to thank each and every one of you. You guys are rock stars for sticking around and listening to me yammer. But hey, stick around for our story on Makin Sawdust and YouTube. Make sure you follow us on our social medias, both Facebook pages, guys. And I also have a Pinterest branded at Makin Sawdust. You can find that in the social links down in the description of these videos, guys. Michigan or bust, and all for Nora cakes. Thank you, guys.